Alright, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Megalovania on guitar. It's from Undertale. It's a really awesome song. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole song for you, just to so you know what you're getting into, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it. But before we get started, we're in standard tuning, so that means E, A, D, G, B, and E. Alright, cool. Okay, so here's the intro. It sounds like this. Alright, so how you play that is first go to the 10th fret of the E string and hit that twice, so. And then you're going to immediately want to jump up to the 12th fret of the D string, so. And then go to the 12th fret of the A string. And after that, all on the A string, you're going to want to kind of go down here. So all on the A string, it's 11th fret, 10th fret, and then 8th fret. So 11, 10, 8. So altogether, that's. And then after that is this. And all that is just 10 of the E string, and 8, and then 10 of the A string, so like this. I do that with these two fingers. Alright, so the whole thing so far is this. And that's pretty much it for the intro. I mean, the only thing that changes is the first note in the phrase. So the first one is this, the second one is this, and this, and this. So what I mean by that is it goes like this. Alright, so it gets a bit stretchy, but I mean, I think it's the best way to play it. You know, it helps really articulate those bottom notes, and I think that's important. So to recap, it's just, then it goes to the 8th fret, and all the other notes stay the same for this part. So you're just changing the first note. And then next is the 7th fret. And then finally is the 6th fret. And after that, it just resets, and you do the whole thing over again for 4 times. You do it 4 times, and then the next part in the song comes. So yeah, that's the intro. Alright, here's section 2. This is where it gets kind of difficult, maybe, or it gets more solo-y, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we're learning the keyboard solo. I don't know if it's keyboard. It's not guitar, that's for sure. But anyway, it sounds like this. And we're going to be splitting this up into multiple parts, so it's not too overwhelming. I mean, it's a lot to learn. But anyway, we'll start with this. So first, you want to slide up to the 10th fret of the G string. The 10th fret of the G string, and then hit it a couple times. So hit it 5 times in the rhythmic pattern, of course, and then go down to the 7th fret of the G string. I know I don't have fret markers, but I mean, I'm gonna have the tab, so hopefully that doesn't bug you too much. So that's 7th fret, hit it twice, and then slide down or whatever, and then after that, go back up to the 10th fret, slide back up, and here's the next part. This is probably the hardest part of the section, is getting that little trill, but we'll get to that. So anyway, you're going to want to slide up to the 10th fret, hit it 3 times. Well, I guess slide up and then hit it 2 more times. So, and then go to 8th fret of the B string, and then 9th fret of the B string. So like this. And here's the little trill. So what it is just 8, 9, 8, a real quick hammer-on pull-off sort of deal. And then you go to the G string and do 10, 7, 10. And then end on the 8th fret of the B string. So all together like this. Alright, so after you have that, just the last part of the section, it goes like this. So again, slide up to the 10th fret of the G string, and this time you're going to want to do 8, 9, 10 on the B string. So get that? Then jump over to the 13th fret of the B string. Alright, and go back to the 10th fret of the B string. Like that. So this whole thing is... And finally, go to the 15th fret of the B string. And there's probably a better way to do this, but this is the way it's most comfortable to me. So that's what we're going to try and do. So go to the 15th fret, hit it 3 times, and go back to the 10th fret of the B string. And again, it's kind of a stretch, but I mean, it's not that bad. And then go back to the 15th fret, and then go to the 13th fret, and that's the final note in this section. So here's that last little bit. Alright, and here's the whole thing. Alright, cool. Alright, so this next section is where the harmony comes in. I'm not going to teach you the harmony, I don't know the harmony. I'm just going to teach you the split that I know. So to start off this section, just do the same thing that we did in the previous section, which is... So it's the same thing as the beginning of the previous section. Just slide up to slide up to 10 and hit it, and then hit it like 5 times or so. You go to the 7th fret and hit it twice. Alright, so it's just like the beginning of the first section, but here's where it changes. And then the next thing you want to do is go up to the 10th fret again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times, and then this has a harmony, but this is one of the parts. So go to 12 of the G string, 12 of the G string, then 10 of the B string, and then 10 of the E string, and then go back down. So it would be just like that, and stay on this note. And then the next part is just this, and you stay in the same pattern that you're just in. 10 on the E string, 10 on the B string, 12 on the G string, and just work your way down. So, but this time, instead of resolving just to the 12, just go to the 10th fret on the G string instead. So you go to the 10th fret of the G string, and the next one is it's very similar. You just go to the 8th fret, and it's 8th fret of the E string, 8th fret of the B string, and then 10th fret of the G string, and resolve to the 9th fret of the G string. So it's all together like this. And the final little thing in this section is just it's working up to this note, and what that is just 9, 10, 12 on the G string, and same thing on the B string, 1 fret up, so that would be 10, 11, 13 on the B string. So alright, so this whole section is just like that. So this is section 4, and this is probably the hardest section in the song, in my opinion. So here's what it sounds like. Alright, so it's a pretty short section, but it has a lot to it. So first is this. It has that really fast part to it, and that's probably going to be one of the hardest parts, just getting the finger position right. I don't know, it's hard to get into, like, it goes fast, so I don't know, it's kind of hard to me. But anyway, you start off by going 10th fret on the G string, 12th fret on the D string, and going back to the 10th fret on the G string. So, and it doesn't start right on the beat. You're gonna have to wait a little bit and then come in with this. I hope you know what I mean. And then 12th fret and 13th fret on the G string. So, and then just work your way back down. So it's the same notes, just going down. So 12, 10, and then 12 on the D string. And then end on the 12 on the D string. And next is the so what that is it's all the same notes, just 13, 12, 10, and then 12 on the D string, and you go back up to the G string, and 10, and then end on 12. So this is all going to be a pull off. So 13, 12, 10, 12, and then on the D string, and then 10, and then end on the 12 on the G string. So like that. So what we have so far is it's easier for me to use these 3 fingers for the pull off, so I just use it like that. Alright, that's probably one of the harder parts, and this part is equally as hard, if not harder. So 13, 14, 17 on the G string. So, and then you're going to want to work your way back down with a few different notes. So 13, 14, 17, and then go back to 14, 13, and this time hit 12. So I kind of do a little slidey thing there, but I still pick it. So, and then I hit the 15th fret of the D string, and then 12th fret of the D string. So it's like this. Alright, and once I'm there, I work my way back up. So what that is starting from the 12th fret, which we ended on, I go 14, 15 on the D string, and then 12 of the G string, 14 of the G string, and then 17 of the G string again. Sorry. So what we have so far is and the whole thing is. And now you're just gonna want to slide up slightly, just to the 18th fret of the G string. This is probably the biggest stretch so far. So 18 to 13 of the G string. So. Like that, and once you're there, you're just going to do a little slide to 12, and you hit 15 of the D string and go back to the 12th fret of the G string, like that. So this whole little chunk is. Alright, so that's the hardest section. If you can do that, you can pretty much do the rest of the song. So yeah. Alright, so here's section 5. We're getting pretty close to the end of the song here. This is the end of what I would consider like the solo that was going on. So it goes like this. Another short section. It goes along with section 4, pretty much back to back. I didn't want to have them one section because that's just a lot. But anyway, the beginning of the section is 8th fret of the A string, and it's kind of an arpeggio here. I don't know, it's not minor, but 8th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the D string, and that would be 7th fret of the G string. So, and once you get to the G string, the 7th fret, you're going to want to jump up to the 10th fret of the G string, so like this. And then go to the 9th fret of the G string. So all together. And after that, go back to the 7th fret. And I do this all on the G string. I don't know, it just feels right to me to just have it all on G string sliding around and stuff. So you're going to want to jump up to the 12th fret of the G string and do 14th fret of the G string. So like that. And you're going to want to go to the 7th fret of the 17th fret of the G string. And then on the 14th fret again. So just go back to the 14th fret. So 12, 14, 17, 14. And after that, just slide up to the 19th fret of the G string. And then this little chromatic thing is. So I like to do it in this octave. It just sounds better to me. So you're going to go 14, 13, 12, and 10 on the G string. And then similarly on the D string, Jesus, 15, 14, 13, 12. So, and then end on the 11th fret of the D string. So that little chromatic run is. And resolve it to the 11th fret of the D string, and that's the whole section. This whole thing is. Alright, so once you've learned section 4 and section 5, put them both together, and it repeats it again. So it repeats section 4 again and section 5 again. It gets repeated once. So, and after that, the rest of the song is really easy. So, yeah. Alright, here's section 6. This is where the song kind of calms down a little bit. So we're going to do this part. It's really easy compared to the other stuff. So 6th fret of the E string, and then 8th fret of the A string, and then go to the 7th fret of the A string and the 5th fret of the A string. So like this, and resolve to the 8th fret of the A string, and just hold that note for a while. So. It does it again, except instead of resolving to the 8th fret of the A string, it just stays on the 5th fret. So in the song, it actually kind of does that sort of effect. If you have a whammy bar, feel free to do that. I mean, we don't get to use it often enough, so we might as well take the opportunity. So like this. So yeah, that's really it. It just repeats it twice. It repeats both things twice, and then the next step, which is the last step, by the way. All right, here's section 7. It's the last section. It goes like this. Alright, so for this section, I'm pretty sure in the actual song, it's played down an octave. So if you want to tune down to like B flat or something, then be my guest. But or if you have like a 7th string or something. But I think I'm not gonna tune down. I think it sounds fine. It's an octave higher, so it still sounds the same. Alright, so what it is, it's got quite the picking pattern. So I'm just going to tell you the chords, and you can probably figure out the picking on your own. It's all power chords. So one on the 6th fret. And if you don't know what a power chord looks like, it's just one finger on the 6, 8, 8. It's 2 frets apart, right? And it's just the top 3 strings. Or the bottom 3, depending on how you look at it. So with this first one especially, you're going to want to hit that higher octave at the end, like before you're about to switch, because that's what they do in the song. I'm not sure if it matters since we're doing it, an octave up anyway, but just do it. So it goes up to the 8th fret, same power chord, then up to the 10th fret. So what it does there is halfway through it goes down a half step, just like that. So 10, 9, 8, 7. And it just restarts. So after you do that twice, It's just the same thing. On the third time, instead of going down from here, you just want to get, like, you just stay on that note. So, and then the whole thing resets and it just loops again, the whole song. So it seems like a 5-minute song from the video I watched, but it's actually just like a 2.5-minute song because it loops halfway through. So yeah, that's the whole thing. I hope you learned something from this. I don't know. Leave a comment or something.